Now, contrast, it's not just the Conservatives that are divided. Contrast Jeremy Corbyn's words we just heard with those of former Prime Minister Tony Blair, who says, watch out, snap elections are a trap.
Well, to get an election in the UK under the Fixed Term Parliament Act, the 2/3 majority of MPs is required to vote in favour of those elections. So if the election goes ahead, it could go in favour of Boris Johnson. If you look at the opinion polls, Conservatives are on 33% in the latest YouGov poll that came out at the end of last week, with Labour on 22%, Liberal Democrats on 21%, and the Brexit Party on 12%. So there is an 11% difference between Labour and the Conservatives. If they can forge an alliance with those other parties, they might be able to push it through. But they might not. So Jeremy Corbyn is calling for an election that he might lose. And Boris Johnson is bargaining on the fact that if he loses that vote tomorrow and he is obliged to go back to Brussels to ask for an extension, he can automatically push the nuclear button and say, right, enough of this, we're having a general election, and I'm going to call that general election on the 1st of November after we leave the EU, and there's nothing anybody else can do about it. So it's playing with fire, basically, here. And Jeremy Corbyn has always said that he's in favour of a general election. So it'd be pretty difficult for him to turn around now and say, oh, I've suddenly changed my mind. I think it's not a very good idea if we do have a general election.
Certainly doesn't sound like he has. Many thanks, Philip Turle. And of course, we'll be following the build-up throughout on Tuesday here on France 24.